What's up, my fine apples? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm excited because I have my third video for my best of 2018. If you didn't know, I started a series and I wanted to make sure I did it and it would be done by the time 2019 hits. So I already did my best eyeshadow palettes for 2018, and then my last video... What was my last video? Sorry you guys, I am filming at 12:03 at night, so my mind's kind of like... And then my second video was the best foundations and primers. So for today, I'm going to be doing the best powders and also concealers. Now, when it comes to powders, I'm going to be talking about all over powder sets and also under eye powders, and then obviously concealers for underneath the eyes and the face and all that good stuff. So before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe. Also click that bell, you guys, because tons of people are telling me YouTube is not notifying them. Hopefully that helps out. Double check if it's clicked. Double check if it's clicked, and I upload every Tuesday and Thursday, and that is because I'm doing a Vlogmas every single day on my vlog channel, What Would Lizzy Vlog. You guys have been enjoying the vlogs and I'm so happy. Let's get on with the video and yeehaw! Wow. Let's start off with concealers. This was so easy. I stuck to the same concealers. I tried all the latest and greatest, and oh my gosh, it totally beats the Tarte Shape Tape, and I feel like everything was compared to Tarte Shape Tape, and that was like the one. And is it part of my 2018 favorites? Duh. I feel like so many people are going to be putting this in their favorites, whether they converted or not. You know that you got obsessed with this at one point in your life. You did. This was the concealer that blew everyone out the water. It was full coverage. It was just laying on beautifully, and all of a sudden, all these other concealers are being compared to Tarte Shape Tape. Everybody's trying to find a dupe for it because it was pretty pricey. Okay, so it's $27 right now, and I could have sworn it used to be $25. Did it go up $2? I remember it going up $1, and I'm like, oh, I see you, Tarte. You guys are seeing how popular this is, how much people are dying for it, and literally like shedding blood just so they can find it in stores, and you're upping up the price. I see you. I see you. I was one where they did send me the Tarte Shape Tape. I was going through my medium shade like crazy, and I bought a backup from Ulta like ASAP. Like the second I found it in store, I'm like, mine. I still currently love it, and I think after everybody started using it, they're like, wow, it's so full coverage, but why do my under eyes look so freaking dry? Why do I look so cakey? And the reason was because people were just going too crazy with the concealer, including myself. And I think that we just got too excited with this concealer because we just know it is super full coverage that we just went wild. But one thing I want to say about this baby is this thing is super waterproof. If you guys have been watching my Vlogmas, go check it out. I have one named like our workout or whatever. Go click on that Vlogmas on my vlog channel, What Would Lizzy Vlog. You'll see me after the gym. The only thing, and I'm vlogging, I'm like, oh my gosh, the only thing left is my concealer, and you can see my whole face is red, and you just see like my concealer underneath. A little goes a long way. That's the only learning curve that I have to say. You got to make sure you properly moisturize, because after a while I did notice my under eyes started getting dry, but it was my fault. It was user error. It was on me. I was going too wild, but this is still my favorite and definitely top of my list. Now the one that was just like, whoa, the one that everybody was like, I'm not using Tarte Shape Tape anymore. Like, I'm done with it. That is way too drying. It is just too much for me, too heavy. But I thought we all loved it. I thought it was like literally the all-ending concealer for everybody. Until Too Faced came out with the multi-use sculpting concealer. And then this one came out and all of us were just like, whoa. Tarte Shape Tape, who? One thing I want to say is, I don't know if you guys noticed on other channels before I get into this one, that I appreciated about Tarte Shape Tape is that a lot of people wanted to say Shart instead of Tarte. I don't know, like Tarte Shart Tape. I said it almost on my channel and I was like, oh my gosh, and it just came out. That's all I want to say. It gave me a lot of laughs. It is exactly like the Tarte Shape Tape, except it is more moisturizing underneath the eyes. Do I think it's better than Tarte Shape Tape? Yes, but I do think the Tarte Shape Tape is better in another way as well. There's always pros and cons here. Full coverage, super moisturizing. It is almost like a step up from Tarte Shape Tape, but for me, they level out because Tarte Shape Tape is super waterproof. This baby is not. So I'm someone where if I have my makeup on, I just work out in it. I don't really care. I don't break out. I'm okay. So when I worked out with this one, I was a hot mess. Everything disappeared. Say I'm like crying in a movie, it's gone. Like that is one thing. I'm a contact lens wearer. If my eyes are watering, gone. I have like streaks underneath my eyes. That was my only issue. But other than that, it's an amazing concealer. I still use it. I think it is bomb. I think it is great for all around the face. I highly, highly recommend it. Obviously, I recommend it. This is like my 2018 faves, duh. Now, my last high-end concealer is the NARS Soft Matte Creamy Concealer. I loved this stuff. Once Tarte Shape Tape came out, I was like, you guys, this is better than Tarte Shape Tape. Because like I said, everybody was comparing it. But I don't use it underneath my eyes anymore. I use it to prep my eyes for eyeshadows. It lasts all day. It controls my oils. I also use it to cut crease. It's just something about this formula is so creamy, yet it doesn't just go all over the place. It's really controlled. It is beautiful on the eyes. You can use it underneath the eyes, except I stopped using it because a little goes a long way. But I started realizing I was going through these tubs really quick. When you start using them, you'll notice, like for underneath your eyes. So I stopped using it underneath my eyes because I was like, whoa, I'm about to go on my third tub and I believe these are $28. Okay, I'm not about that, but I started using on my eyes. Bomb. Like the only primer I want to use now, I used to use Tarte Shape Tape. Again, we're going back to the almighty God Tarte Shape Tape. But this one is amazing. Cut crease and eye prep. So good. Go get yourself a sample. Highly recommend to do that instead of like investing and buying the whole thing, and then try it out, and then you guys will see. You guys will go back in store and go get it. I know it. Now let's get back to something that's more affordable. Maybelline Fit Me has been my favorite for years. It still is. It's super nice and light underneath the eyes. You're gonna get a light to light medium coverage. It's definitely not gonna be a full. I noticed that this is so nice and thin, blends out super fast, where I never have to really worry about extra creasing or it looking cakey or drying up. This one always makes my under eyes look bomb, like super, super good. The only thing is if you do have super dark circles, it's gonna peep through on this. You're gonna have to use like a corrector. I wouldn't really, I mean, you can layer it, but it's still only gonna go from a light to a light medium coverage. It's not gonna be full coverage even if you layer it, so don't try it, no point. But I love it. It's great for every single day. Now, the only one that I would say was like the most full coverage, drugstore and affordable, Makeup Revolution Concealer. This comes in a ton of different shades. I am in the shade C10. Kind of took me a while to find my shade though, because I don't know, there's just so many. I think it is pretty similar to Tarte Shape Tape, so if you were to get a dupe to say, I would say that this one is definitely the closest one. The formula is pretty moisturizing, like the Too Faced sculpting one, so it's a dupe for that, I guess, too. I didn't find it to be waterproof and as long wearing. A little bit of creasing towards the end of the day, so if anything, I noticed it started breaking up a little bit, dealing with expressions and stuff. I'm someone where I'm like super animated and constantly moving my face for any little thing. It's not exactly it, but it's affordable, and if you're someone where you go through concealer a lot, then I would stick to this and then kind of ration out your high-end ones. But this one was probably like my favorite full coverage wise, and that was the only one. I did try ColourPop, and I know people were really comparing it, but one, I don't like how you can't just get ColourPop in store. I just find it as an inconvenience right there, and it is super affordable, but it was super hard to find my shade as well. From a consumer standpoint, I would be really frustrated buying something that I can't really find my correct color right away. It's not as easy to return, and I can't just go to store and see the colors. So that's the only gripe I would say. I think it's good, but I don't know, just with all the inconvenience, I would say stick to like Makeup Revolution, because you can get it in store in Ulta and order online. It's just easier return, and it's just easier all around. That one wasn't a bad one. I just find too many inconveniences with that, so that's why I didn't really put it in my faves. So now I'm gonna show you all my favorite powders to set my face, how I like it, if I like it all over, if I only like it underneath my eyes. First up, I'm gonna be talking about is Laura Mercier. Still #1 babe to me. It looks amazing underneath the eyes. Doesn't get flashback. Looks great all over as well. The only thing is it is pricey, but a little goes a long way. I use this a ton though. This is like my 4th or 5th tub I've gone through within the last couple of years, even with using a lot of other translucent powders. I just know that when I need something that's gonna commit to me and be there for me as my bestie, I'm gonna bring this one on all my travel trips. I'm gonna bring this one if I have to take any sort of pictures. I'm gonna go to any event. I have anything to attend. This is the one I will always go to no matter what. It just doesn't fail. Now, one that I just recently discovered a couple months ago, and I did put it in my November favorites, is the Lawless Seal the Deal Loose Setting Powder. I love this for only underneath the eyes. It looks bomb. It doesn't give me flashback, and it has a slight brightening to it. They do have a brightening powder in this line. I haven't tried it out yet, but I find like it does brighten just a smidge, but you definitely can see it. So that's why I wouldn't want to put it all over my face, because I find that it would disrupt my foundation and make me look lighter in the face, and then I'm going to have to reapply and bronze and do all these sorts of things that I don't want to do. So I think this is great underneath the eyes. It doesn't crease and it lasts a really long time. It basically does the same exact thing as Laura Mercier, except I wouldn't put it all over my face. So if you've been curious about this and just wanting to try a new brand, it's not a bad one. It's really good. Now for all over the face and to make your skin literally look super, super smooth is the Bye Bye Pores Pressed. I discovered this because I started testing out a bunch of IT Cosmetics foundations. Let me try this out because I did a collab with my friend Christine. She said, hey, I'm going to set my face with the IT Cosmetics powder. And I was like, you know what? I am too. So I'm not one to really care for loose powders. They do have it in a loose form. It's just not my thing. I like anything that's pressed. I just find it more convenient. It's less messy if I'm going to do a face powder. I'm not talking about underneath the eyes because these are definitely loose and I get it. But all over the face, this is it. It makes your skin and your pores just look so smooth. It's almost like a filter over your face. This is great for on the go as well. If you powder too much though, you're gonna get kind of like a white cast though, I will say that, when you're like touching up constantly. So just be careful with that. When you're layering this, be careful. You want a light dusting, but it looks bomb when you set your foundation with it. Highly recommend it. You won't get a flashback with this if you just put it on. But if you're starting to like layer and really pack it on, you're gonna get a flashback eventually because it's just way too much product. It's white. So what do you think is gonna happen when you start layering this so much? You're gonna be white. Now for underneath the eyes, I loved the Born This Way Ethereal powder. It gives you like a soft focus glow underneath the eyes. So good. I mean, I love it. I think it sets the eyes beautifully. I have tried this all over the face. It looks good, but not as good as the Laura Mercier, just because, I mean, they're both great and finely milled, but I only like it underneath the eyes. There's something about it that I feel like I don't like it around the face. It gives you a soft focus glow underneath, so that I love. Too Faced also came out with the Peach Perfect. I thought it looked great underneath the eyes and all over the face. The reason why I didn't put that in my favorites is because no matter what, if I close my mouth, if I shut it with freaking super glue, it was inevitable that that stuff was gonna end up in my mouth and I would constantly taste the peach, and product worked so good, so I kept using it. But then every time I used it, I was like, why do I taste freaking peach? So it just got on my nerves, so I stopped using that. And it just really bothered me. And also the scent for that one is pretty strong. I'm actually surprised how strong it is. I thought it was gonna be more mild when they launched it. And when I saw it, I was like, whoa, that is like really strong. And I'm tasting it. I love it. It looks so good all over the face and underneath the eyes. But I keep tasting it and the scent it's just too strong. So that's why that one's not in my favorites, because I know I did talk about how I loved it, but after a while I was just so over it. And if you guys kept up with my channel, I kind of mentioned it. So now if you want a more affordable version of the ethereal powder, you guys know I am a part of the collab team and we came out with the translucent Set the Stage powder. Now this is a soft focus glow. This one is great underneath the eyes and also all over the face. You just want to do a light dusting all over the face. I'm currently wearing it right now just so you can see, and I have it underneath the eyes and all over. And you see how I have that soft focus? I've shown it on my channel one other time, but I just love the way it looks. So this is a more affordable version of the Too Faced Ethereal, same exact concept, soft focus glow. For my last favorite powder that I have, and I've been using it for a lot of years, is the Loreal Pro Matte. I don't have it. I'll put a picture right here. I purchased it. I put it in like my favorite drugstore products. I used it for like a week and I guess it fell out of my purse and I was so freaking sad because that's a really good powder for on the go and also touch-ups, and it's super affordable. It's accessible. You can get it at all drugstores, and that one is like my top #1 drugstore powder. Like I've used that for so many years and I won't stop using it. So that is it. That is my high-end and drugstore powders and also concealers that I love, how I love to use them underneath the eyes, around the face, etc., etc. I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't want to make this video too long just because there's so many different products, but I like how I'm dividing it into categories. Like I said, I'm inspired by Emily Noel, how she categorized her video, and I think it's just beneficial information wise, so you guys know. I've seen a lot of your comments saying thank you for making it into categories instead of just putting a ton of products out once, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So that is it. Sorry if I was like a little off. It's just so late, but I just wanted to make sure I filmed because I was in the mood to film and I just wanted to. I don't know. I think it worked out, right? Right. All right, my pineapples, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Also, follow my Instagram at WhatWouldLizzyDo. I am also doing Vlogmas, where there's a brand new video every single freaking day on my vlog channel, WhatWouldLizzyVlog. It's so much fun over there. Highly recommend you guys head over. And yeah, I will see you beautiful people in my next one. Mwah. Woo-woo.
Here we go. It's all about you. It's all about me. It's all about what we do. Making art, you and me. Trying to find something to believe.